I don't think I've ever done an update on this. Maybe I have. I don't know. But see this area here? Now, from the building out, it was, well, it was all pretty much as tall as that, and as tall as all this over here. Some of it was even taller. This here is about 3.5 feet tall. But this whole area, like, I don't know if you can kind of see the defining line where it gets a little darker, but from the, I call them abandoned horseshoe pits, from the horseshoe pits all the way over to here, I mean, you can see how decent it looks now. Looks pretty good. It's all like regular grass, but go back through my videos and you will find one. I don't even know what I don't even know what I called the video, what I titled it as, but what I'll do, if I remember, I will put it, like, I'll do a caption right here and I'll tell you what the name of the video was, and you can go back and look. I'm not very good at putting links in the middle of the video. I'm sure I could figure it out, I just don't have time. But anyway, those of you that have been my faithful followers and have been following me all along, you'll probably be able to find it, or you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that video. But that was insanely tall, and I cut it down with my Exmark Vantage 52 stander that I had, and I did I put pictures of it, and if I can find a picture, actually I'll put that right here. I took pictures of the stander next to it before I started cutting it, and to see how tall it was, because it was as tall as the stander. And but that was like 3 years ago, I think, and I've been cutting it ever since then. And once I knocked that down, and that's what it looks like now. A little bit of rain on the windshield. It rained last night. I don't know how much though. You can kind of see a little light over there. It was a little light. And let me see up there. It was supposed to pour rain all day. So what I did was I mowed a little bit later each day this week and got way ahead of schedule. So today is Friday and I'm leaving with my camper to go camping, and my buddy Scott that I grew up with, it is his birthday tomorrow, so he's throwing his birthday party at the campground. Campground's only like 4 miles away from our house. So he's already there. He's went and set his camper up yesterday, and he's there until Sunday. We're supposed to be there from this afternoon until Sunday. But I got way ahead because it was supposed to rain all day today. It was supposed to rain half the day yesterday, and it never did. So it was just very hot, very muggy, very humid. The dew point is over 70. So it's in the oppressive stage, they call it. So it's a hot, sticky one, faux show. But I only have 4 lawns to cut today. And none of them are very big. I mean, 3 of them are, you know, decent size. My idea of decent size would be huge to a lot of you guys, but it's just average size to me, because that's just how the lawns are laid out in my area. But so I have 4 to do. I woke up and I was like, screw this, I'm going to the gym. And I was like, you know what, it's not raining yet, it's supposed to start raining, I might as well go and see if I can knock these out. You know, I have the enclosed trailer, so if I get caught up in the rain, it's not like my equipment's all going to get drenched. So I figure I'll go try to knock these out. And I got a tree branch I got to cut down. It's broke off in the top of the tree. It's pretty big. It's hanging down into a yard. The customer doesn't even live here. They live Colorado, I think. Colorado, Wyoming. Someplace out there. But so I sent her a picture and said, would you like me to cut this down? Here's the price. And she said, yeah, absolutely. Take care of it. So I'm going to cut it down out of the tree. I'm going to chop it up, throw it in the back of the truck and haul it away. It'll probably fill the back of my truck twice. It's pretty big. So if it rains just a little bit or enough that I can't mow these lawns, then I will just go and do that instead. But I'm definitely getting the gym in at some point today, because I haven't been there in like 4 days. And that's no good. Well, I am way behind because I couldn't mow anything yesterday except for one property. Poured rain the night before, poured rain all day yesterday. Look, there's puddles everywhere, you can see it. But I just pulled this mower out, and look at this. The link, the bottom link that attaches like that right there, gone. Just gone. Who the hell knows where it's at? Good thing I carry these extra pins with me. Man, you've got to be kidding me. I'll tell you, I love this Rapid Height kit, but it's been nothing but a pain in my ass. So it looks like I'm putting pins in today and going that route. So I've been mowing all day. I've probably done 13 properties so far with the deck pinned up. I don't know if you guys can see, but I know some of you guys will probably ask, well, how well did it cut with it pinned up with that kit on there? I just got done with that one. It's cutting beautifully. It's cutting great. See these? I gotta move all this crap out of the way, I'll show you. My truck is a mess. But anyway, see these master links right here? 06B is what they are. There's 3 spare ones right here. Hold that thought. So like I was saying, 3 spare ones right there. Now, you might be asking, what is that for? Well, I will tell you. You see this right here on this height kit? That's what it is, the master link. I opened the trailer the other morning and that one was missing. It was gone. Just gone. No idea. Looked all over inside the trailer, ran a magnet through the trailer. The day before I was sharpening blades in this, so I ran a magnet out here. No idea where it went. It's just gone. So I had to pin up the deck, like I showed, I believe, in the first part of this video. I had to pin it up and to show what, you know, how I had to go the rest of the day. And the mower did mow great, mowed fine. And what I ended up doing is I went to Ryan's house and we started messing with it later. And he said, oh, we can go down to the hardware store and get them. Well, we went and looked. And of course, any of the master chain links they had down there, which was like 50 different kinds, none of them would fit. These are metric. These do not fit a standard chain link size. We called all over, couldn't get them, called the Walker dealer. They can't get them because these height adjuster kits are Stevens Products, Auckland, New Zealand. That's where they're made. They're not even made by Walker. Walker doesn't carry them, they don't stock them, you have to order them through this place. Okay, and so when I had my dealer order these for both decks, that's where he got them from, and he put them on. Now when you get them in, these usually have just numbers, like 1 through 10 or whatever the heck it is, I can't remember. He had to order these separately because they're height sizes, and in New Zealand they don't use those measurements like we do here in the States. So anyway, so what I did, and I took one off the front of here and I threw it on this mower because I use this mower every day, all day, and I'm barely using that one at all right now this time of year. So kind of robbed Peter to pay Paul, so to speak. And what I did is those I just showed you, I got a 4-pack of them. Now when I did finally find one, I called the dealer, and the dealer told me, you know, I called 2 different dealers, Walker dealers, to find out, and the one guy said I can order them from that company. They're like $13 a piece for one of them tiny little master chain links. Okay, I bought a 4-pack off eBay for $10.68 for a 4-pack. They were here in 2 days, and so I just put the other one on there. I did get the deck. I still can't get it to go higher. I'm sure I could if I messed around with it, but the deck was pitched. When he put the height kit on there, it was sitting pitched. Now I have it sitting better. What I did was I popped the chain links out on both sides, and then I messed with these studs up and down, screwed them up and down, and kept putting the links back on until I got the deck to sit more how I want it. Now it is definitely sitting better. So technically what I want to do, if I wanted it to pull up higher, all I got to do is screw them studs down and further, and the chain will pull the deck up higher. It's just the chain is kind of maxed out to where it's at all the way up. Now Martin from Mowing and Growing texted me a video
of his setup to show me the problem he was having was back here. The plastic shroud, the tube is supposed to go over top of the metal there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but if yours doesn't, that'll hamper it from coming up. And that was the problem he has with his sometimes, so he has to pop that back out and then the deck will come up higher. But that's not the problem I'm having. The problem I'm having is I noticed two things. When I try to go up higher, the chain was hitting that bolt right there, the nut on that bolt. He's got one going in one way, and this side I think is the opposite way. But either way, it was hitting that. Now that I adjust it, it's not hitting. It will go up a little bit higher than what it was. But if I want it to go up even higher, then it has to I have to adjust those. Now see down here, see that nut where the bolt ran through there is completely away from the chain. Over on this side, it's hitting the chain. There's another hole there. He could have drilled it and moved it back one, which would have kept the chain out of the way. That's another issue it's having there. Another reason it's hampering from coming up. So technically the way it was installed, it could have been installed a little different. I'm not going to mock the way he installed it because I don't have a clue, so God bless him. You know, it's on there and it works, so I'm not positive he's done that many of them. You can see where he's drilled a couple holes through there and that moved. I don't know if he just didn't have it right and then he had to keep drilling holes. I don't know, but the point is if this was moved to that front hole there, it would stop hampering the chain and would come up easier. And two, if I move the studs up and down more and played around with them, I could get it to adjust easier. But I'm happy with where it's at now, so that'll work, and I always can make the improvements on it if I need be. But that is the case with these height adjust kits. I found out real quick that I did not want to go without it on this deck. That one, as far as I'm concerned, I can rip that whole height kit off there and go back to moving the pins for as little as I use it this time of year. But you know, then spring will come where I use that mower almost every single day, all day, because I'm bagging so much. So I don't know, I didn't put the height kit on there till after spring was already over, so not so sure. I just want to rip that thing off there, so I'm not messing with it right now. But you know, I guess I'll just leave it, and I'll leave it. We'll see how it goes come springtime. If I start having a problem and I can't get up high enough to where I want to mow, and I'll just rip the damn kit off there and sell it. I don't care. But this one here definitely has to keep the kit on. I move it way too much. With side discharge, it makes a bigger difference. But that's the case with that. So it's just maintenance today. It's hot, and I will crack out a video or two this coming week. But that's all I have for now. Well, I told you guys this thing was having issues again. It is now, yeah, go put it out back. This thing has now been sitting here running for a half hour. And the deal was, it was same thing as before, you know what I mean? The up and down thing would just shut right off. It quit right out. Run like a champ, run beautiful, then, you know, I get halfway done with the yard or all the way down with 1 yard and it crap right out again. So I replaced all the fuel line, fuel filter, fuel line all the way up through. Brand new fuel pump and the rest of the fuel line all the way through into the carb yesterday. Drove it around, it was running really good. Then it freaking crapped right out again. Like I was down at Ryan's and we did all that to it and it crapped right out again. We found this wire that's coming out of the back, not the fuse box there, it's coming out of a panel behind there. And it goes down. This is it right here. It has a little connector on the end. We searched the entire mower up and down, high and low. We cannot find where that wire went to. We download wiring schematic, everything. Cannot figure out where the heck that wire goes to. We thought that might be the issue, but we don't believe that it was. So we taped it up, put it out of the way, and we started up and we ran it. And I thought maybe because the fuel pump's here, that's the feeder line that comes from the gas tank. Then that line there goes to the carb. This line that comes off the bottom goes into the top of the valve cover. Okay, now it goes in the top of the valve cover there because those fuel pumps are vacuum driven, so it pulls vacuum out of the valve cover. That's how the fuel pump runs to suck the fuel through. So we were thinking maybe that was clogged with a little bit of oil in it, because they do get some oil in them. So I pulled the valve cover off yesterday, I blew through that line, and some oil come out, but no chunks. It wasn't plugged up, nothing. Put it back together, and I ran it. I mowed half of Ryan's yard, and it mowed great. So I threw it in the trailer. I came home. I got like 3 passes through my backyard, shut right off again. So I went online and I did research all night long last night. I was looking up and down, reading every forum, common problems people have, everything. And one thing I noticed now, this tank is almost always full because I use it 1 day a week and it burns no gas. So I almost never put gas in this thing. Well, I've been using it all summer since I had them other problems, and everything was perfectly fine. So I figured that gas has been in there most of the summer. I should just burn it right down till the tank is empty, and then I'll put fresh gas in it. Well, so I haven't added any fuel to it. Well, now the tank is down to about there, and like I said, it's always damn near full. It never even gets below 3/4, but not right now. It's down to like there. So I started thinking last night, I'm like, what if the pickup tube, the hard plastic tube that goes from this peacock valve down into the tank with the filter on the bottom, what if something is wrong with that? Like there's a crack in that plastic tube. So that was my thought. If there's a crack in that tube and the crack is like halfway down, well, it starts sucking air, not fuel, which keeps it from getting enough fuel, which would make it shut off and bog down exactly, start choking exactly like what it's been doing. So that one there is brand new. This, I will show you. This is what I'm talking about, okay? This is what it looks like. And it's got that screen on the bottom so you don't suck crap up out of your tank. But I looked up and down this whole thing and I can't find any cracks, but it doesn't mean there isn't an extremely fine hair crack in that somewhere. So I could tape off this end, blow air into that end, pressurize it and see what happens. But I just happen to have a spare one because when I bought the Walker B and the tank was screwed up and they sent me the new tank, the first one they sent me that was wrong. When they sent me that tank, it didn't have that pickup tube or anything in it. So I pulled it out of the other tank thinking I was putting it in the new one. Well, come to find out it was the wrong tank anyway. So when they did get me the right tank, I kept the brand new one that came with the new tank. So I stuck it down in here. It's the same size fitting. It fits exactly the same. So I started this thing up about half hour, 40 minutes ago, and it's been sitting here running for 40 minutes. Smooth, not a hiccup, nothing. Been running great. So I don't know. Maybe that was it. Maybe I just fixed the problem. But I'm going to scoot it up and down my street a few times, and I'm going to see what happens. You know, like I said, it's been running for 40 minutes now, perfectly smooth. No PTO or nothing, but the PTO has never been an issue because when it kept bogging out and dying out on me, it happened when I was mowing with the PTO on, and it's happened when I was just driving down the road taking the mower back to the trailer from the lawn. It's done it then too, with no PTO, no blades running. So I don't know. Could this have finally have been it? Could I have fixed it? I guess we'll find out. That isn't it. So it sat here and it ran for 40 minutes, idled like a dream. I went over there, I made one lap around my neighbor's yard. Made 1, 2, 3, I can see my stripes from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I made 7 passes. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. And it ran perfectly smooth until the last one. Just as I was coming out the last one, it started bogging and hiccuping. And I shut the blades off quick and I came up to about here and it died right about in front of the mailbox and started right back up. I drove it here and it hiccuped the whole way. Bam, 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 bam. Ran like crap. Sat here and idled for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, and it finally just shut off. If I wanted to, I'm sure it would start right back up. It just runs smooth.
I'm gonna engage the blades and I'm gonna sit there. I originally thought it was PTO. I've had problems before where PTO would surge because it's got the wrong voltage and the PTO was burning up, and that would make it cut right out, but usually that happens right away. This isn't a right away thing. Like it goes and goes and goes, and then it cuts out after you're mowing almost a whole yard. You know, even yards a lot bigger than that. I've mowed almost the entire yard before it cuts out. So I don't know. Help me out, guys. What do you got? And please don't waste my time in the comments where it could be this, or one time my uncle had a... I really don't have time. I appreciate you guys trying to help. I don't have time for that garbage unless you have a dead solid 100%. I've done this before. I've been there. I know. I had this exact thing happen to me. Specifically, exact thing happen to me. This is what it was. If you got that answer, please put it right in the comments. But I don't, as far as like the stories about my great uncles, sisters, brothers, whatever, I don't have time for them stories. Please don't fill my comments with that. But if you guys got the answer, I'd be more than happy to take the advice. So please help me out if you can.